What's going on, guys? It's me, Max, back with another episode of Offshore Entrepreneur, the program for international business people, investors and digital nomads. In this episode, we are going to be looking at the uses of a US-based LLC for non-residents and how that can effectively be structured in a tax-free manner within certain businesses. Okay, so let's get into the episode. Now, first and foremost, what I'm going to say is Botswana. What? Did he just say Botswana? No, I'm joking. This is about a US-based LLC, so we'll get into the video, right? So I think we're living in a world now in a time where a lot of people know that many destinations that at one point were very useful for structuring companies have become much more of kind of a pain in the ass, for lack of a better word now, where they've become onto certain countries or regions, lists like, you know, for the EU or the OECD, and a lot of the time you can get you can form companies in these kind of far off places, but getting banking for them is absolute pain in the ass or a pain in the backside, right? So a lot of people have started to use different destinations, and there is a particular structuring with a US-based LLC that we get asked about quite a lot. Now, the structuring of this particular US-based LLC only works for foreigners. So if you are a citizen of the United States or resident of the United States, I would not recommend this for you, and this video is irrelevant, right? But if you are someone who lives outside of the United States and you form an LLC in a state that does not have tax, we normally recommend Wyoming, Florida, or Delaware for our clients. That can be structured tax-free. Now, the income of an LLC, for the most part, for a single member one, it's not like an S-Corp. If you form an S-Corp in the US, you're always going to end up with having to pay tax to the IRS. But if you form an LLC in the US and it's a single member one and you are a foreigner, for certain industries and sectors, that can be structured tax-free. Now, you might ask yourself, well, how does that work, right? Makes sense. Now, the way this works is that it's a pass-through entity, so that income is effectively taxed as income for the person. It's not any different for tax purposes. So the LLC is not classed as like a tax resident of the United States. It's a pass-through entity. So the tax liability is passed on to the individual, and they're taxed at source. Now, the next thing I'm going to say to you is, if you tried to do this and you lived in the United Kingdom, where I'm from, or many other European nations or places like that, where the tax residents on foreign income, you're going to end up paying tax on that US LLC income, right? So because the UK would want tax on that money. Now, but if you couple this with the right tax residency in countries where they don't tax foreign income, I mean, Panama springs to mind immediately. I mean, you guys can look online and look at other countries or destinations that don't tax foreign income that you could couple with this US-based LLC with. Other regions as well that don't have any income tax at all might be a good idea. But if you tax the US-based LLC, if you couple the US-based LLC with the right tax residency, because it's passed through, there's no tax liability on the US side with the IRS, and then there wouldn't be any tax liability on your side, right? Now, one of the things I will say is the IRS has kind of a framework where they say if it is effectively connected income, then there is still tax due on this, right? So examples of this would be like if you had a retail premises in the US, or if you had like a warehouse full of like stock that was yours in the US and you were selling it online, but you had like all the goods and things over there in the US. Also, if you have like a sales team or any employees based in the US, that is also what they classify as effectively connected income. So the kind of businesses that this LLC works for as a bit of a tax hack or a bit of a structuring is, things like drop shipping. It works for drop shipping where you don't have any US employees. It also works for people that sell courses or things online. It also can work for personal services. Like I know graphic designers and other people that don't sit inside the US, but they have a US LLC. They work in a country that doesn't tax foreign income, and it's like I said, it's passed through, so they aren't owing tax to the IRS, right? So using that framework, I think most of you can probably figure out whether for yourself and your business, whether there's going to be tax liability there. So I mean, we thought in this episode we'd give you a bit more information and go a bit more detail orientated, because we've done some other videos, but obviously we want to provide as much value to you guys as possible. So if we can help you guys live a happier, freer life and keep more of your money, that's what we're here to do at the end of the day, Offshore Entrepreneur. So what I will say is, if you guys are wanting help forming a US-based LLC in Wyoming, Florida, Delaware, or many of the destinations within the US, I mean, those are the ones we recommend for this structure, but many of the destinations in the US, you can reach out to us. Before you open a bank account over there in the US, you will need to file a variety of forms and things like that. I mean, one that springs to mind is for your EIN, which has to be faxed to the IRS if you're a foreigner, SS4, and we can do that for you. We charge about $500 to form the company and file those forms, but we can do all that for you. So if any of you guys want help with that, you can reach out to us at Offshore Entrepreneur, put the address here. We can also provide you with residency in Paraguay, many other destinations if you're wanting residency, so you can reach out to us for that. So Offshore Entrepreneur is here in 2023 and beyond to help you guys seek opportunity beyond borders, live a happier, freer life as an international citizen, and keep more of your hard-earned money away from the pockets of these corrupt politicians. So thank you for your time, guys. Thank you for watching the channel. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode.